Hi, MacNab. As you probably already heard, we're planning to reopen our church on Sunday, October 11th, which also happens to be Thanksgiving Sunday for anyone who wishes to attend. But let me say at the outset that we fully appreciate, understand, support, and agree with you if you've decided it's not time to return to MacNab yet. For all the right reasons, we support you and we want to continue supporting you by providing the online services, regardless of whether or not we're reopened as a building. For those who feel comfortable and plan to return, we're going to be offering both our gathering service at 9 a.m. and we're also going to be offering our traditional service at 10:30 a.m. And that is in honor of the dual ministry commitment that this church made almost 5 years ago and we've been working hard to achieve for the last 5 years. So regardless though of which service you come to, you have to pre-register. You also have to take the screening tests before you come. And the fact of the matter is, if you're not feeling well, stay home. The pre-registration and the screening test are both available on the website, and you have to register and screen every time you attend. Also, when you arrive, remember that this is not going to look like worship the way it did before we left in March. Just think of the last time you went to the grocery store, or think perhaps more accurately, of the first time you went to the grocery store when all the new safety protocols were in place. And keep that in mind when you return to church. We ask that you please arrive no more than 10 minutes early for the gathering service that starts at 9, and no more than 15 minutes early for the traditional service that starts at 10:30. Please wait outside the entry door and observe physical distancing until you are invited to come in. If you're attending gathering, please enter through the Johnson Hall door. And if you're attending 10:30 service and you need the accessibility door, come to this door as well. Otherwise, for the 10:30 service, use the MacNab Street entrance. Once you're inside the building, stop here at the welcome table and a volunteer will make sure that you've been registered. If you haven't registered yet, they will register you at that time. They will also ask you the screening questions. Even if you've already answered them at home, they will ask them a second time. Make sure you get a squirt of hand sanitizer before you make your way from this place down the ramp towards Johnson Hall. Once you're at the bottom of the ramp, an usher will greet you and they will take you to a seat somewhere in the gathering room, probably starting closest to where the speaker is and moving their way back, and they will seat you according to whether you're an individual or a couple or you're together as a family in a bubble. By the way, do not hang up your coat. Just keep it with you at all times. You can take it off once you get to your seat, but keep your coat with you. When gathering takes place, me and Christina will not be masked when we're speaking, but we have allowed for almost double the distance to be between us and those who are attending to make sure that we are safe when we're speaking indoors without a mask. There will be no singing, there will be no live reading, there will be no live solos, and these will be featured on video segments projected on the screen. All of us in the room, including me and Christina, when we are not speaking, we will make sure that we have our masks on. So all of us will be masked at all times, except Christina and I when we are speaking. If you choose to come with children, we have prided ourselves at gathering that children own the room. We allow them to move around, to have fun, to play, to explore. Unfortunately, under the present circumstances, we can't do any of that. So if you choose to bring your children to gathering, your children must stay with their caregivers, with their child, with their parent at all times. If you need to use the washroom during gathering, we have one washroom available. It's the accessible washroom here at the top of the ramp when you came in for gathering. If you need to use the washroom, just make sure, or the usher actually will make sure that the ramp coming up is clear. Nobody's coming down towards the Johnson Hall. They'll make sure the ramp is clear so you can make your way up here to the washroom and then return to gathering when you're finished. The custodian will make sure that the washroom is sanitized after each use. When the service is finished, don't everybody rush out. Please wait to be dismissed. And I will dismiss you one table at a time, starting with the table closest to the ramp and then each table after that. As you're leaving, if you want to participate in the offering, this basket is available to leave your offering for MacNab, and that's always appreciated. We ask and remind you, once you've left the building, not to congregate outside the building. The service at Gathering, as at 10:30, will last only about 35 to 40 minutes, so everyone will be long gone before anyone begins to arrive for the 10:30 service. For our 10:30 traditional service, again, arrive no more than 15 minutes early to attend the service, and then enter through the MacNab door to the narthex, unless you require the accessibility door over facing Hurst Street at Johnson Hall. Once you've entered the building, just stop right inside the door once you come into the narthex, and here a volunteer will make sure that you're pre-registered. If you're not, they will register you at that time. They will also, again, ask you the screening questions, even if you've answered them before you came. Also, don't forget, once you're finished here, to use the hand sanitizer. You'll then be directed to one of the two side aisle entry doors to the sanctuary, either the one to your immediate left right here, or way down through the narthex at the far end of the narthex. Another usher will be there to greet you. They will then take you to the sanctuary to your seating. But remember, before you go any further, don't hang up your coat, don't part with your coat. You can take it off once you're in the sanctuary, but make sure you keep your coat with you at all times. Once you get to the entry of the sanctuary, a second usher, as I said, will greet you, and they will escort you to your seat in the sanctuary. And you'll notice that the pews are staggered, which means we'll be making sure that safe social distancing is observed at all times. And the usher, once you find your pew, will escort you to that pew. As our 10:30 traditional service takes place, again, me and Christina, when we are speaking, we will be masked. We have almost, again, doubled the required space, the required distance, in order to safely speak indoors without a mask. We will have no singing, we will have no live readers or live solos, but these features will be included in the video segments in our new projection system here in the sanctuary. And all of us, including me and Christina, when we are not speaking, we will have our masks on as well, so all of us will be wearing masks for the entire service. Again, if you need to use the washroom during the 10:30 service, the one washroom that we're using is the accessible washroom by Johnston Hall. You simply make your way down the center aisle of the sanctuary to that washroom, and if somebody is sitting here and you're sitting there and they're blocking your way, just kindly ask them to get up and give you some room. Safe physical distancing, and then make your way down the center aisle, turn left to the Johnson Hall accessible washroom. When you return to the sanctuary, make sure that you come in the side aisle that you entered. These are one-way aisles, and at all times make sure that you're ensuring physical distancing. And once again, our custodian will sanitize the washroom after each time it's used. When the service is over, please do not rush out immediately, wait to be dismissed, because I'm going to dismiss you in order. Whoever is closest to the back door, I will ask to leave first. So once you're asked to leave, just make your way down the aisle. If you have an offering and wish to leave it in the basket, that's always appreciated. But then make your way directly out the main sanctuary doors out onto Hurst Street. If the stairs are a challenge for you, making your way out this door, of course, just use the accessibility door over by Johnson Hall. And again, a friendly reminder, once you've left the building, please do not congregate outside the building. Your reopening committee has worked long and hard to do everything that they can to make sure that the building is as safe as it possibly can be for you to return to MacNab. But let me remind you that it's all of our job to do the pre-screening, to do the registering before you come, to bring along your mask, to make sure that your hands are sanitized, and to practice safe physical distancing. By the way, if you arrive and you realize I forgot my mask, don't go away. We've had amazing volunteers that have made masks for us, so there would be a mask here for you at MacNab if for any reason you forgot to bring it. You may be thinking, this isn't the way I wanted to return to church. I would just like things to be the way they were before all of this happened. And I get that. But the reality is, this is the playing field that we've been dealt with, and these are the rules that we have to play by for the time being. Of course, we will continue to keep you updated about any changes that are happening as we continue to move through these really unusual times. But those changes, the information that you need, don't forget, is on our website in terms of pre-registering, in terms of self-screening, and in terms of refreshing yourself with the guidelines before you attend MacNab. Once again, if you're not feeling well, stay home. And we pray that whatever your decision, that you be safe and well, and whether you're planning to return here to the building for worship or continuing to worship online, my prayer is that you continue to find a meaningful space of worship and community here at MacNab during these most unusual times. God bless you all.